Hey everybody. So, did you guys get a chance to check out the Grammys? Um, Me personally, I thought they were a bit of a bore. They really were. There was nothing really exciting happening. We didn't have Beyonce and Jay-Z there, no Rihanna, no Chris Brown. None of the people that I really like to watch and like to see in the audience, they weren't there. Um, Beyonce and Jay-Z won for Best Contemporary Urban Contemporary Album for Everything Is Love. I don't know why. Me personally, I didn't think that album was very good. And let's see who else. Ariana Grande won tonight. She won for Best Pop Vocal Album for her album Sweetener. We also had Drake, who was a winner. He won for his song God's Plan. That was a huge hit many months ago. And Lord knows this woman right here, Ella May. Now, if I don't ever hear Booed Up again, I will be perfectly fine. I will be perfectly fine. I can't stand that song anymore. I've heard it so much. But anyway, she was a big winner tonight with her song Booed Up. But the big story tonight, of course, is none other than Cardi B. All right. Here's Cardi B in her, I guess I don't know what you can call it, under the sea, clam bake. I don't know what was going on here. It was very, very different. Very, very Hispanic cotillion. I don't know. It was something else. I think that me personally, I didn't like it. I could see this going over really, really well at like maybe the Met Gala or something like that. But for the Grammys, I don't know. She definitely got people talking though. Her and Offset. And I'm not going to post it here, but Offset, if you check online, Offset put together some kind of little video. I think he's releasing his album in a couple of weeks. And so he decided to use the birth of their daughter to promote his album. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. I really don't. But anyway, yes, Cardi B was the talk of tonight because Cardi B won Rap Album of the Year. A lot of people were not surprised. I, for one, was not surprised. All right. Now, I personally think that, let's see, she was going up against Pusha T and Nipsey Hussle and Mac Miller and the likes. Me personally, I thought Nipsey Hussle had the best rap album of the year, but I knew that Cardi was going to get it. The stars were just aligned for her. Here you have Cardi B performing. All right. You have Cardi B being kind of like the hottest thing out right now. It almost seemed only right or almost kind of lined up that they give it to her. All right. Even if some of us felt like she didn't deserve it, it was just what it was. Now, I'm not a huge Cardi B fan. A lot of you probably don't know that. But if you've ever watched my previous videos about her, you may already know I'm not big on Cardi B. I'm not. However, that being said, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that Invasion of Privacy wasn't a decent album. It actually was okay. Now, for her debut album, it was pretty good. I mean, I can't sit here and hate on her. It was cool. It really was. And that being said, I want to kind of get into what I'm going to talk about tonight, because I know the talk on the internet right now is, oh my gosh, go check on Nicki. Nicki must be mad. Nicki must be upset. Now, before I get into the whole Nicki Minaj thing, I have to say this. Atlantic did exactly what they were supposed to do when they took Cardi B. They put all the right people around her, including writers, producers, whatever you want to call it. They did everything they were supposed to do to promote their artist, to push their artist, to give her the right kind of songs for her. And now she is a Grammy winner. What else were they supposed to do? Now, as much as I dislike her antics and kind of what she represents, I can't sit here and pretend like Atlantic didn't, like, they did good. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. Atlantic did exactly what they set out to do. They took somebody off the internet that was popular, that was popping. They saw she was on Love and Hip Hop. They saw that she had a following. They saw that she was a pretty likable character. All right. And they also saw that she wanted to rap, right? And they put the right people around her. They pushed the hell out of her songs. They gave her one good song, Bodak Yellow, right? They didn't realize maybe that it was going to take off the way it did, but it did. And the truth of the matter is, if you hear a song 30 freaking times a day, chances are it's going to get caught up in your head. That's kind of how I came about Bodak. I'm like, I heard the song a lot of times and they played it so much that it just stuck. It just stuck. You know, never mind that it was just a play off of Kodak Black's song, right? Or that she was kind of biting his flow and stuff like that. It didn't matter. It didn't matter because what Atlantic figured out that a lot of people are having having a hard time understanding is what Atlantic figured out is that talent doesn't matter right now. This generation of people don't care if you write your rhymes. They don't care. The older people like myself in our 40s and stuff who came up with rappers who wrote everything, we cared. But you have to understand that Atlantic understands their audience. They know that popularity sells, and it's far more important than talent these days. And so they took a woman who was extremely popular, and they put the right people around her. And, text message. And now we have, sorry about that. And now we have a Grammy winner. Call it whatever you will. Please call it whatever you will, but it is what it is. And they did it the right way. It's all about business, regardless if we like it or not. Now, let me talk about Nicki Minaj. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, go check on Nicki. Oh, Nicki must be mad. Now, of course, this wouldn't have been a thing if Nicki and Cardi didn't have any kind of like animosity or previous beef. I don't know what it is now, but they've had issues in the past. We all know it's been all over, right? And so every time you mention Cardi B, Nicki's name come up. If you mention Nicki Minaj on the internet, Cardi comes up. It's just never ending. It's pretty much their fan bases. It's not the women as much as it's just their fans going back and forth. So when Cardi won tonight, of course, Nicki was the talk. Now, I'll say this. I do think that it's disappointing that Nicki Minaj has never won a Grammy. And she's been out for a decade. I think Nicki has put out a lot of hits. She's done a lot of great collaborations, and she has not won one Grammy yet. And I do find that troublesome. I do. I'm sorry, but I think it's wrong. Now, I don't think that her last album, in my opinion, was Grammy worthy. It wasn't her best work. It just wasn't. But that being said, Nicki has had a lot of great songs. Her first album was excellent, and it should have definitely got her a Grammy. It should have, like, best new artist, best something. Nicki should have had a Grammy by now. She does not. And for that, I do think that they're wrong. And I do think it's all political. I do. And I don't know what happened behind the scenes, but I do feel that Nicki Minaj should have had a Grammy by now. And the fact that Cardi B walked away with a Grammy and Nicki Minaj has never had one speaks volumes. It just does. It absolutely does. And it is bothersome to me. It is. And considering this climate that we're in right now, where I just talked about how popularity trumps talent, Nicki Minaj may never get a Grammy at this point. All right. We might look up next year and Bad Baby probably have a Grammy. I mean, that's just the freaking truth. Bad Baby might actually get a Grammy before Nicki Minaj, because that's just the climate that we're in, where people are being rewarded for their popularity. Okay. They just are. There used to be a time where you would be shunned as a rapper if you didn't write your own rhymes. It would be insane not to write your own rhymes. But these kids today don't care about who writes their stuff or who writes and who doesn't write. They don't care. They just like the bop. They like the sound. They like it. They don't care about that kind of stuff. We might care but they don't care. And Atlantic understands that, and they know that. All right. Cardi has actually admitted on video that she just likes to make money. She just likes making the money. She's not as invested in it as, like, say, a Nicki Minaj. And so that is frustrating to a lot of people who love the artistry of rap. That is frustrating. But it is what it is at this point. All right. And you're just going to make yourself crazy trying to figure it out. All right. We're living in the age of social media where a record company can take a woman or a man that has a huge following and make them a star. And they have the formula. Cardi B has been the perfect example of that. And Atlantic has figured it out. And Atlantic is going to keep doing it. So in the next few years, once Cardi B has gone off to do something else, they're going to find another woman. They're going to find somebody that's popular, that has a great personality. They're going to put a big machine behind them. They're going to push their music. They're going to do the payola. They're going to push. And next thing you know, you're going to have another one. All right. This is the age that we're living in. So if you are frustrated with it as I am, which I am, you know, the truth of the matter is you just got to go back to just listen to the old music. Just kind of enjoy the old stuff and how things used to be. Don't get caught up in the whole awards of it all, because these awards are very political. All right. It's about who's popular. It's just a popularity contest. All right. Which is why I think a lot of these big artists, they don't even show up anymore. They don't even bother to show up anymore. Right. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about the Grammys. Do you think that you like that Cardi B won? You know, are you mad that Nicki Minaj was snubbed? She wasn't even nominated. What do you think? Were you did you like any of the clothing, the fashions? I miss Joan Rivers, by the way. Joan Rivers would have ate this up tonight if she saw Cardi B in there. I miss her. I miss her a lot. Did you think that there was people that didn't deserve to be up there on stage? What do you think? What do you think about the performances? Anyway, let me know. I'm going to go ahead and cut this short. But like I said, I just wanted to get that off my chest because now Cardi is the 8th female rapper to win a Grammy Award. Let me know.